so what I will say, this is our first community concept server where the idea is not PvP focused, but working together to build something really cool. So I will just kick off, and if you guys want to follow me. So we're actually in the main hub area now. So this hub area is safe zoned. It has a lot of great little parts, so you'll notice that there's this little line that goes around. Don't block the areas. There's some jobs available. There's the bar and restaurant there. That's just a general social area, just so you guys can meet up and talk, sort yourself out. Come on. Coming around to this side, we've got these vehicles. Now these vehicles are just hub vehicles, so if we see them leave the hub, they're a bit like a shopping cart. We'll just delete them. So they'll just help you cart your stuff around and do some community type builds. So the first thing on our left now is the vault. So there's 2 vaults on either side. These are for your hard storage. So when you leave this area, there is no safe zones around your stuff. So if you really want to keep stuff,
don't go in there.
You will have to get yourself a vault.
It's not fair or anything.
Back you are gonna die.
Leroy, take this!
You better get defending, guys.
Push forward into the first blockade.
Charge.
I spawned into space.
I suddenly do not
There's
know.
Figure to run forward.
Hey, Conrad. There's no spawn
You're
point.
dead, you're dead, like.
There's no spawn points.
I'll set up a spawn point.
Oh no.
If too many of you guys drop, we'll have to steal the blast doors.
Boys, get out there. Come on, meat shields, go! Go, meat shields!
What happened there?
Go forth! And by the way, the base is taking damage.
By the way, Bob, I've got your equipment.
They managed to get the ones that were coming close.
It's just the standard rifles, not much mags, are quite massacring them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
I found
know.
2 magazines who went for them.
Right, do you guys want to lock this door, or do you want to keep going and try to take at least 1 or 2 of them?
We're not giving
Keep
up.
going. Shit. Flood them.
Oh!
Come on,
I can give them some better weapons if you want.
Come on, at least take one out and see if they've got any uranium or anything on them, any of these robots.
Oh.
Okay, so some
There's one Brit starting to
We're
breach.
supposed run at them? I mean, we can't really do shit.
step in front of me! What?
Oh, sorry.
I mean, it's really cool to see like an entire base like fully decked out with like 30 odd people running around doing stuff, rovers moving. Yeah, it's quite cool to see. Like,
Well, fingers crossed. Hopefully, as
Hey,
we
Pyro.
also
We're behind you.
we see
We're
people
Pyro.
working closely, they
saw
might work
it.
together. Right, remember you've got
behind the
defences
vehicle.
left and right side, so take them robots out quick, and then we'll get that other door repaired.
Ready, start.
If you stay behind the vehicles.
My game froze. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Move.
not a good moment for that.
Don't push too close to that door.
come on, boys! You want to live forever?
Well, one coming in, robot coming in. Robot coming in.
Oh.
I died. No.
I can't. Well, at least I can't place down the blocks for some reason.
Right, Conrad, do you want to try to get some of the blocks in from?
If I place it full intact.
It's alright, place them fully intact, they're holding the
Copy.
entrance really greatly. Get out of the hole, guys, get behind the door, and we'll place some of them for it.
Whoa!
Take it out.
Oh no! I fell in the hole!
It's disarmed. Don't blow it up anymore.
Right, have we got the top blocks replaced?
Negatory, I can't. I need someone to build me a step ladder to get up there. Build me a step ladder, likes.
We need something to stand on.
I got it. I got it. Cover me, boys. I might fall if I get hit.
Oh, it's rocking! It's
It's
rocking!
rocking.
Right, quick, pull it back, pull it back!
Please, go.
Turn the rocket launcher off, camera, quickly, get them
Incoming! 2 more!
Oh god, Colin, you doomed us! Stop firing, God!
Out of ammo!
CCTV drone is doing some crazy stuff right now.
Right, guys, see if you can start clearing some of these wreckage.
Time that I need you to fire, Callum. If they come through, you're all gonna die.
I don't care.
Right, I'm sealing up. In 10.
You don't have the doors set yet.
Come on.
It's alright, we'll seal that. I can seal them up after Conrad. Just let's get everyone back
That's
in.
all the hangar doors closed. That's all the hangar doors in.
Alright, I'm
Going
sealing
back.
it back up. Come on, Conrad. Come on.
Aaron, no! Aaron, no!
No, hold on, I've reversed the process. I've reversed the process, there you go. Quick.
the jumping.
Go, Cause! Go the door! Go the door! There's more rovers!
Well, I think you pissed him off enough to leave you alone for a little bit.
How did he
Oh
die?
my God!
Someone
Someone got shot in the back of the head because he wiggled. Oh, grab that man's stuff and bring it down for him. Right, we're going to pull back down to the other door.
Probably not.
No, because he's reversing. He's reversing.
Oh no! Oh no!
Hard no. No, hard no.
Oh no, it's Callum as well!
It is gone.
The ass of my roofer is gone.
REB and DVS on it. And Thrax. No, yeah, not
Nope.
Thrax.
Oh, that's
Snap.
that. Cool. Yeah, the signal was all fucked up for me.
This thing is fast.
Oh wow, that is fast. Who's that guy? Oh,
There
that's
is-
that.
I
That's
love
that.
how the Kiwis just keep
This is quite a smooth tunnel, this one, isn't it?
banging to
Yeah, that's the racing stripe. We just raced down the middle, right?
No.
Is it weirdly cool though, just seeing all these vehicles move down these corridors, while someone's just doing some casual tunnel maintenance here and there?
You should really paint it yellow or like a hazardous area to block off like the one side of the road.
Not are having problems, do you not have a reverse camera? Like, orange.
I think our tunnel's probably the most, you know.
I love the fact because it's on a slant. I'm just going backwards. I'm not even holding any buttons down at the moment.
So today we're doing a tour of our latest server that we've called the Ant Farm. For you wondering about our servers, many people think that we've got loads going on at the same time. We run a different one each month, and sometimes there's a vote, sometimes we push a weird and strange concept like this one. So the concept behind this one is the Ant Farm. Players live deep underground, or as deep as they can do, to hide away from the prowling robots on the surface. They've all got to work together to basically build an underground society. In weeks 3 and 4, they come to the surface and establish that society on the surface, battling the robots. So we're actually coming through the bunker door here and into the control room. So this is where all the players held off at the beginning, and they've held off a few robot attacks since. And as we come down here through the rover ramps, we're actually going to access into the main community hub. So this community structure has been built by primarily Conrad, and I've helped out with a few different bits around here as well. And the idea of this is to act as a vehicle parking base. So we've got parking bays on the side, we've got vaults for the players to store resources in safely in the middle of the hub. And we've also got ourselves some shared resources, so players with excess resources can drop these off here for the community or community site projects. We've got some drop-off points there too. We've got a parking bay currently with one of the sort of mission rovers. We'll talk about the missions later. We haven't done this mission yet, but basically we need a rover with a crane. You're not allowed to go outside due to toxic chemicals, so they're going to use the crane to recover some objects to take back down to the bunker. Now we've got the east tunnel. We have ourselves the trading and player store. So you can see that we've got some shops open there for rent. It's not quite worked. The store blocks at the moment in the economy system in Space Engineers is really hard to play with. It needs some more admin options. I mean, even just a search function on the admin bar would help us a lot. So over here we've got ourselves the north tunnel. You can see some rovers off there in the distance. This place is really big. I'll come out of the actual walls in a minute so you can see it. We've got the Blue Mole Bar and Restaurant, complete with disco pad up at the top. And then we have ourselves the West Tunnel. So from this community hub, if I pop out here, players can then extend out. So everything out from this central point, players have built. They've took their time to build all these tunnels. When I say all these tunnels go on for kilometers. They can build up to 3 kilometers away from the central hub. And since this is what I like to call a friendly server, there is no direct PvP between the players. It is just against the robots that appear from time to time. Now, surviving down here can be easy and both hard. One of the harder bits is getting power. Once you've got yourself some uranium, you can go. So let's try our best to explore the tunnels, and since everyone's so close together, it's going to be a bit hard. Now, the other things I want to show, we've got central production, like I said, and we've also got a map up here. So one of the missions for the community were to plan out where the different locations were around the hub. So you can see this one's got a bit bitty, but there is a bigger one available in the supporter lobby on our Discord. So you can see it's been mapped out by the community members and drawn up into this really cool diagram. Now, if we do come over to the other side, let me just make sure we're on the right side. We do have some community objectives and just some fun messing around things. So far, we have managed to do the community reactor project. So we've built a community reactor together. So that is not too bad. With some of the other missions that we still need to undertake, we need to sort the ore mining team. But by assigning project leaders, we can do all this. So this is the northern tunnel. I'm going to show us directly down it. You'll notice there's a few offshoot shafts to the left and right as well, where people have decided to live and move into. Here's one of these little starter rovers. We had a number of little rovers just available at the start, and then we've got various access ways to the secret tunnels. So that's what it looks like from that perspective, and we'll just quickly dart around and have a look at some people's bases. Otherwise, we're going to miss stuff. So we've got a little community reactor. So here's the community reactor facility. This is beautiful. So we've got a little turret to protect the reactor from the robots. And then in here is the community reactor. It looks like they've got these glowing orange vents. Really nice. It's lovely to see the community pull together as well to build things rather than just wanting to battle each other all the time. I mean, yes, that's part of Space Engineers, but it's also nice just to, you know, kind of collect your sort of moments like that when you're working together. So it's down the dark tunnel straight off the edge of the hub, and that'll provide power for the main bulk of the hub. So this little tunnel here cuts around between the two shafts, so we'll stay on this one for the moment. So as we stay on this shaft, we've got these airlock doors. So these are extra seals, because when the robots and the gas comes and fills the tunnels like in some of the events, the players have to quickly seal this up before it gets too far and gets to the central hub. If it gets to the central hub, there is a lockdown initiated. So we've got the FPS base directed over here. So just a little production system. One little rovers off there to the side. Everyone's still at very different stages of building. Some of the big factions are expanding completely. Now this area cuts above a little cavern. So there is some ships and rovers being built down here. A little secure facility on the end. So the players can only have one rover on this server as well, so it means that they really have to, or one mobile grid I'll say, they have to really work out what they do. I don't know how the hell they're going to get that out of there. I think that someone got a little bit excited. So let's continue on to the end. So we've got another blast door sealing off this area. Most of these blast doors are community owned, so it means that they can hit the button and they can open it up themselves, but these just stop the robots and the gas from breaching further into the tunnels. So now we're at one of the dead end sites. Got a little rover parked here at the end. We've got a little resource area over there. We've got the new main tunnel, goes straight ahead, but you can see just how far the players are expanding out underground, and surprisingly the sim speed's been pretty good. Now when a lot of players do get on, it does drop, but that's just a nature of Space Engineers, and more importantly a nature of having all these players in one area together. But that's what I love doing here with the LSG servers. I just love pushing it to the limit. Whatever concept comes through, if it's a community concept or it's one of our own staff members, then I like to push it to the limit and see what Space Engineers can actually handle. So we've got another little base tucked in through here. This is quite a cool one. We've got XT, we've got their reactor that rotates around in there, very cool. They've got their secret area around the back where the railgun testing is. And then we've got a staff room. So we've also made a big note of signposts on this one. So if it's a red area, like a staff-only area, you can be shot on sight by players in here. So this just stops players from snooting around and trying to steal things. Because when you have a peaceful server, people will get naughty every now and then, and they do get in trouble with each other. But it's all about really how you deal with it. So if we come over here, we've got ourselves another sign. So this is the East Cobalt Mine, free entry. So as players find resources, oh, there's been a little bit of like a tunnel collapse down here. But yeah, as players have been finding resources, they've had to map it. There's no flyers on this server, so they've had to drive and work routes out to each one of these areas as well. So I think we've ended up accidentally going down another shaft. Yeah, so we've gone down this shaft now. So as this one leads off, we come to the end. That is the DBS and Dash base. So there's a few warning signs here, and as they enter in through the hangar, they've got this giant drill tunnel that's gone down. It's like a little bit of an elevator now. So they drilled this big hole out where they've got a fiery pit down below. So I'm guessing that they're trying to, what's this? Beware geothermal activity. I think that's awesome. Let's turn off our light for a second. Now that is fun, isn't it? That's really getting into the spirit of the server. I appreciate that a lot. So coming over here, we've got some various drilling rigs, large rovers. This is obviously a larger faction, so they've got themselves some more rovers. They've got some turret defense ones, some little armored APCs, and another drill rig over there. A very, very cool outpost. So coming over here, we did have a robot breach on this side as well, earlier in in the earlier week. And then down at the end we've got another small faction base. Cool little anti-aircraft tank down here at the end. Lots of Gatling guns to deter some robots when they come down to breach. So that is the end of that tunnel. Well, it's not really the end of the tunnel because there's loads of little offshoot bases. Solo factions might have popped up. Someone's got themselves a starter rover there in this Iron Man colour scheme. Very cool and fun. So yeah, let's head back down the main shaft and make sure we don't lose anything. So we've got this one that comes up now. This shaft actually leads to the uranium mine. But look at this, like, slow down, bad bump ahead. Look at that, but that's taking some people's wheels off. So as we turn our light back on, this leads to the uranium mine. Now the issue with the uranium mine is actually really close to the surface. So when players are coming up here, we've only had it once or twice because it's of course the bots are controlled when the admin team are on. But since they're so close to the surface, robots can easily penetrate down here. And because of that, we have had a few robot battles break out in this area. But you can see that leads back through over to this little base output. So this is over at HGI. They've got their drilling rigs and machines with little turrets, and it's a cool little facility, this one. Nicely colour coded as well. Very ambient in the dark. People getting used to being a mole. So taking that back, it takes us back to the main shaft. So I'm trying not to miss anything out here because you can see like some tunnels go over the top of other tunnels. So you can get lost quite easy. So we'll head back over this way. So we've got another little base with a stripe on it. It's like a player is busy welding up their turrets over in this area. They've got one stuck to the ceiling there to keep the wheels off the ground. Now over here we have the RAB base, and they've been expanding a little bit down this tunnel area. And they've got this little platform through this cavern. It's kind of cool. They've got these little tunnels going up. So over at the RAB post, I'll turn the lights off so you can get a bit of ambience for the place. But they've got themselves a 3D printer, and they've got their factions rovers all docked, ready to do their duty. So they've got cool little tanks. They've got it all name tagged up as well, Starburst. We've also got, what is this, Event Rover Surface Exploration. So that one's got the crane on, ready for some surface exploration. Very, very cool. Loads of little bits of equipment down here. I love to see a tunnel like that, and once you go back out into it, just look how long these go on for. The Zap base is down here. Let's go and explore the Zap base. We might have already been there, but we'll see. Here we go. So here's the little Zap base in this side. Oh, they've got another door. Does that lead to another tunnel? You see what I mean though about this tunnel network? Just it goes on and on. Looks like Zap are attempting to build a little bit of a shaft up to the surface. Interesting. So let's head back to the central hub, and we'll try not to miss anything out. So like I said, there's tunnels going over and under. There's also like side access doors where people have cut through to get a resource, and people are putting up warning signs and different things. It's so cool. I love weird concepts like this. Like, everyone was a little bit scared at the start, and I agree, yes, it's going to bring its challenges with lag and performance and whatnot, but having something like this, it's just crazy. It's just weird. It's a weird experience to have. Right, let's continue working our way down some of these other tunnels. So this one drops down underneath. This is like a deep mining shaft. I think, is this to get at this iron? Or this ore down here. So this is quite a steep one. So some players, if they overload the rover, they don't get back up the slope. So it's something else you'd have to consider there. Coming into this area, we've got ourselves a large weldy rover. Oh no, it's a drill rover, large drill rover. It looks like it's barely fitting through some of them areas of the tunnels. So another thing that we've got players doing is they have to try and reinforce the tunnels, or we'll collapse them on them as well. So we'll continue working our way back through here. We've got one of the cool little start rovers. These are really nice. These are fun little community projects. So players have used these to start up, and then they park them up around the tunnels, and people can just hop in and use them to do some mining, or, you know, get themselves started off. So we've got another little base coming down the side. I feel like I'm going to miss some of these bases. Everyone's hidden away so well. And a nice little explorative rover there as well. Coming right down to the end of the shaft, we've got another perimeter wall, a slight shaft up, and then we've got some more rovers. Oh, so that's a little weldy turret rover. Let's have a look at this one. Wet your whiskers. And we've got a drill machine over at the end. So lots of drilling, lots of mining. If you're a miner, this is probably going to be an amazing season for you, because building these tunnels out like this is so cool. What's over here? Oh, so we've got another player's base over in this direction. Interesting. A little bit of storage. What's that? Is that like a mobile grinder on the corner to maybe grind some robots down? So there we go. There is the tunnel network. Actually, I'll do this so you can just have a bit of an idea of the scale of the place. So it does go on past these areas now, so I can't even fit it all in one screenshot or picture for you. I do hope we've covered everything. Let's do one final check to see if we missed anything up. What's down this diagonal? We've been down that diagonal when we toured that area. We've not been down here, so this looks like a cool little all white, very clean base with a rover drop down there. The player's not online, but they haven't picked the wheels up on the rover down there. That's a bit disappointing. And then they've got another tunnel shaft here that looks like it's been collapsed. I believe this one had to be rebuilt a number of times due to it keep dropping out with power issues or grid cleanup. They've got a little base tucked in there as well. So that is what the players are up to currently on our server. We're at the beginning of the second week at the moment, so there is just under a week left still underground before they hit the surface and have to basically live up there. So we'll see how they manage to handle it. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Hopefully we'll have another server tour for you shortly.